It's a special day for WION. We have launched in the UK on Sky. And to all those joining us from the UK tonight, I wish we could greet you with a lighter show. But that would not have been true to the spirit of journalism. At WION, we believe in bias-free reportage. We believe in talking about the reality, no matter how grim it may be. On that note, here's the next story for the evening. Racism. Race-based discrimination. The UK is not alien to it. It has a history of colonizing countries with dark-skinned natives. It has a history of slave trade that was between the 16th and the 19th century. Do you think anything has changed in the last 200 years? The world today is talking about racism in the UK, courtesy a royal and a row. The situation has forced India into considering taking up the matter with London. We start with a quick recap of the last week. On the 7th of March, the CBS aired an interview of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, during the course of which Meghan Markle claimed that she had been subjected to racism not just by the British press, but also the House of Windsor. She said that there were concerns about the colour of a baby's skin. This was last week. Here's something else that happened last week. Reports of an Indian student being cyberbullied went viral. This is Rashmi Samant, 22 years old. She was the first Indian woman to be elected president of the Oxford University Student Union. Here's what followed her election. Her social media posts from 2017 and 18 were dug up. She was accused of being racist, transphobic, anti-Semitic. The reference was to some photo captions. Samant clarified that she had no malicious intent. She even offered an apology. But the targeting continued, as did the trolling. Then came an ironical twist. Those who accused Samant of being a racist began attacking her religious beliefs and nationality. She was finally cyberbullied into resigning from the position of the president of the Oxford University Student Union. What happened with the British royal is not India's business, and New Delhi understands that. But the cyberbullying of an Indian student needs to be addressed. New Delhi will now be taking up the issue of racism with the UK. Here's what India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar told the Indian Parliament. As land of Mahatma Gandhi, we can never ever turn our eyes from racism wherever it is, particularly so when it is in a country where we have such a large diaspora. As a friend of the UK, we also have concerns about its reputational impact. This comes after an Indian parliamentarian raised the issue of racism in the UK. Speaking of the Oxford student, he said, and I quote, "Her diversity should have been celebrated, but instead of that, she was cyberbullied to the point that she had to resign, and even the Hindu religious beliefs of her parents were publicly attacked by a faculty member, and that also went unpunished." If this is the kind of treatment that happens at the highest institute like Oxford, what is the message that goes out to the world? You see, Britain has a history of racism. It spans across institutions. In 1986, Prince Philip reportedly told a group of British students in China, and I'm quoting, "If you stay here much longer, you will be slitty-eyed." Let me show you some numbers. The YMCA's Young and Black report found that 95% of young black people in the UK have heard or witnessed racist language at school. 49% feel racism is the largest hurdle to academic attainment. 50% say teacher perceptions are the biggest barrier to educational success. In 2017, The Guardian said, when Meghan weds Harry, Britain's relationship with race will change forever. Well, nothing of the sort happened. Instead, Meghan Markle herself became a victim of racism, or so she claims. A big royal wedding cannot end racism in the UK, neither can a website. Did you know the government has a dedicated website for the UK's ethnicity facts and figures? This one on your screen. It was established by former Prime Minister Theresa May to tackle, quote-unquote, burning injustice. In 2020, Britain's parliamentarians were presented with this report. I'm going to read out some of the portions for you. Page number 3. Over 60% of black people in the UK do not believe their health is as equally protected by the NHS compared with white people. The death rate from black women in childbirth is 5 times higher than for white women. 85% of black people are not confident that they would be treated the same as a white person by the police. Page number 4. The failings of successive governments to act in response to the successive reports and reviews shows that something is wrong with the architecture which is supposed to protect human rights and promote racial equality. Here's what we think is wrong: priorities. Instead of correcting institutional wrongs, Britain's parliament is busy debating on the internal affairs of another country. Last week, it spent 90 minutes talking about protests in India, talking about Indian laws, Indian farmers, Indian press freedom. In January, it was talking about Indian minorities. What about the minorities back home? Going forward, why not spend some time debating welfare reforms for them too? Why not spend some time deliberating on how the UK can put an end to racism? WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.